You wanna go nice and deep on your shoulder. If your head is not comfortable, use the pillow to elevate your head, okay? And try looking up over your left shoulder. Once you feel like you're settled and comfortable here, keep your left hand in front of you and gently step with your left foot to the side. So right hand and left foot going the same direction. Gonna start to open up your chest. So the left side of your chest facing up. Lastly, bring your left hand. It's just optional. All the way behind your back. So as long as you feel okay and have a balance and not feeling like you're rolling over to the other side, let's try to stay here just a little bit longer than usual. So using your body weight and also the gravity to stretch the back of the scapula, shoulder, opening up. Try feeling a little more space in the front part of your body. So I'm actually bringing my left arm right to touch the back wall, opening up. And release with your left hand in front of your face. That's your kickstand here. And gently step back with your left foot and come on back to center. Okay, let's switch sides. So take your left arm and slide under your right shoulder. So always take some moments in each stage. No need to rush to the third or fourth position. This can be plenty for few of you or plenty for you for today. Once you feel you're settled, step out with your right foot. So as you feel more connected with your own body, your physical body, it will tell you when to be perfect. I'm just giving you some suggestions. Maybe right arm behind your back and start to open up. So my posture, when you look at the camera, may look very different from your posture, but I always find the position it's nurturing and healing for you. Couple more breaths here just to find teeny moments of stillness to be with yourself. And whenever you're ready, slowly come on back, step by step. I'm gonna have you come back to all fours and turn your wrist. So your fingers facing towards your knees this time. I'm kind of kneading motion to the mat. So heels of the hands press into the mat. There's no gap, ideally. Keeping your elbows locked, straight, and gently sink your hips back towards your heels. So very small movement here, maybe a couple inches, hips to the heels. You will find the edge signaling from the wrist or forearms or maybe elbows. Bring your body forward. And then one more time. Exhale to lower the hips towards your heels. And on the next inhale, release your fingers facing forward. So some option for the props. You can use the block if you have something like this, or even like a pillow, maybe a little bit more height than pillow. This is bolster, but I want you to put in front of your kneeling position. Open your knees actually wide apart, just like going to child's pose. So touch your big toes together and put your hands so your palms facing each other on top of that little bit of the height, maybe block, and then start to sink your hips down towards your heels. So creating a little bit of the space in the scapular area. The image is trying to bring your head down, the ears, between your armpit, eventually come all the way down to the mat. Or you might hit the edge before your forehead reach the mat, and that's totally fine. Just to find a good stretch all around your armpit, shoulders, sink your head down. Next inhale, gonna raise your hands, remove the block or any height you're using, and get your elbows down to the mat. Palms together, like a prayer position, and bring your hands behind your head, like some kind of prayer position. Cross your thumbs. So a few things happening here as you sink your hips down towards your heels. Do the good gentle stretch on your lower back. At the same time, walk your elbows maybe teeny bit more forward. So elbow one step, another elbow one step, and then bring your head down, sink your head to the mat. So you're pushing your elbows further to the mat to create more stretch on your shoulder. So this time it's the top of your shoulders. Couple breaths here. All right, release your hands all the way to the mat. Now stretch your legs back into the stomach. All the way. Let's open your legs apart, coming onto your elbows in front of you. I like to get the circulation back to the hands, so your palm facing up and compressing the lower back very gently. You want to sway your body side to side. So the tension, nervousness around your lower back, feeling like a squeeze in the lower back muscle is very normal. See if you can, by doing this movement, relaxing. You want to isolate the muscle group around the lumbar spine area. And go ahead, release your elbows and bring your chest all the way down to the mat. Let's bring your both arms out to the side around your shoulder height. And pick one leg up, whichever you feel right for you. Up and over, and touching your big toe to the opposite side of your mat. And come on back to center and switch your leg. Other leg up and over to touch. Okay, so continue alternating your legs. This is the spinal twist, but a little bit of the movement happening here. So each time your toes touching, you want to seek for a teeny bit higher towards your hand. You may not touch for most of us, and that's totally fine. But releasing, again, tension around the mid back here. Okay, so next time your left leg is going up and over, go ahead, roll out to the side and hold it here. If your neck is okay, bring your head all the way down, looking towards your stomach. Or if your neck is not good, use the pillow to lift your head up. Bring your left arm behind your back. So binding all the way. Think about rolling your left shoulder back. So this is the right shoulder, your pec muscle stretch. But the top part, your opposite side, your left shoulder is opening up as well. And then tiny adjustment for your left foot. Maybe slightly higher, giving more aspect of the spinal twist. Okay, make sure your hip muscles are relaxed as well. Your left hip. And then slowly releasing back to the neutral position. So opposite way you went in, all the way down. The tingling sensation on your right shoulder is probably the weight happening with your body. And now new circulation is going as we go to the other side. So left arm out to the side and right leg up and over. Find the position your neck is comfortable for you and right arm behind your back. Okay, a couple more breaths here. Gonna release with your right hand in front and slowly come on back to center. Open your legs apart, maybe shoulder height, Bring your hands in front and gently come into seal pose. So lift your elbows off the mat, coming to the straight arm. So slowly more accessing the back bend. Exhale, lower down. Scoot your hands down closer towards your chest. So a little bit higher this time. Inhale, two, rise up. So try not to shrug your shoulders. So drop your shoulders down away from your ears, always creating a nice, long, spacious neck. Maybe look up. Exhale, lower down. I'm gonna do one more time. If you are able, bring your hands even lower. It's almost towards your hip bone. So you do look like a seal. Animal, chest up, shoulders down, your neck long, your throat stretched, and look up. One more exhale. And go ahead, come on down. You guys doing good so far? I'm gonna continue with my the back bending. With a couple more postures. So let's start to come down with your chest and feet together to start. Stretch your right arm in front of you. Gonna reach back with your left hand and see if you can catch your left foot. Be careful on your hamstring. Sometimes it's very tight and feel like cramping. If you're not able to grab the foot, maybe use the towel to wrap around or strap. And once you get a hold of your toes, I'm gonna bring your knee in slightly closer towards the other leg, but aim your heel next to your hip. So slightly outside. Now start to push your foot down towards your butt or right next to it and create the space on your quads. So quad stretching, use your left shoulder to open up, so shoulder blade back. Look forward towards your right fingers. All right, from here, last few moments, if your left knee is healthy, be very careful. You're gonna start to lift your left heel away from your hip. So now I'm using my leg muscle to kick into the hand. So kicking into the hand, your knee may be off the mat. 3, keep breathing, 2, 1. So the last part is not only working on the quads, a little bit more back bend, more shoulder opening. Okay, let's switch sides. I'm gonna try this angle. So stretch your left arm in front this time and bend the right knee and grab right below the knee. Okay, so once you get the hold of it, start with your knee closer to each other. Slightly flare your heel out, right next to your butt. The first few parts, keeping your quads and knee onto the mat, just pushing the foot down, okay? So focusing on your quads. You can also feel the good opening on your hip flexor already. And this very short, the pec muscle area. Roll your shoulder open. Okay, so if your knee is healthy, start to lift your heel away from your butt. So creating a half bow pose, and continue to kick. You should be using the quads, your leg muscle here. Kick your leg into your right hand. 3, 2, and 1. Try relaxing your back muscle for one moment. You can bring your head down to your hands and neutralize your position again. Now last part, this will be very interesting. So bend the knees, both knees up, and gonna reach back and grab your feet. So both sides. So if this is the first time attempting and you feel like you're breaking your bone, don't do it. But maybe you can try, right? So if you can grab the toes, that's great. That's a huge step. I have seen many people who can't reach the feet for years, but it's a start. So if you get it, bring your knees in and heels in. Start by rolling your shoulder blade back. This is a wonderful stretch for your shoulders. Then you're gonna start to kick your legs into the hands, both legs. So bow pose, roll your shoulders back and continue to kick. So kicking your legs higher so your knees come up higher. Once you reach the position, look up for 3. Keep breathing. 2, and 1. Relax. Bring your hands under your shoulders and push yourself up. Okay, no more back bends. All the postures we have done for the spine is preparing for the deeper forward bending. So From here, I'm gonna lean forward more. So let's put your soles of feet together and open your knees apart. Butterfly pose. Grab underneath of your feet and open your knees, relaxing out. Maybe you can use your elbows to push your knees out. So sensation on your back muscle here, we're going to opposite direction. Keep your head down and start to lean forward. So we're gonna stay here for a few more moments. Either keep the same position with your hands, or if you are nicely grounded, go ahead, bring your hands in front of you and maybe walk your fingers a little bit more forward and then hold here. On your next inhale, come on back. Okay, so I wanna try this rabbit pose because I haven't practiced this posture for years. I used to do this every single day. But please come on to the kneeling position. And if your knees are okay, wanna come up a little bit and grab the heels. So your thumb is outside of the heel and other four fingers inside of your heels, both hands. Okay, once you grab the hold of your heels, start with your butt onto the heels again, and then really round your back. This is where you feel like you're going to be a bunny or rabbit. So tuck your chin towards your chest, look at your stomach, and wanna come forward. So lean forward until your forehead touching the knees. So the top of your head will be onto the mat and forehead touching your knees. So we're gonna really coil your stomach, suck your stomach in, round your back. And from here, keep your head onto the mat and you're gonna lift your hips up. Okay, try lifting your hips up as high as you're able and your hands, the grip will stop. But that's your posture. And on your inhale, slowly come on back. Looking nice, you guys. It's hard to see while doing the pose, but this is another posture you can really stretch out between the vertebrae. If you feel like you're condensed or feel kind of stuck somewhere, try this pose. Also great blood circulation going to the brain, calming a nervous system. Hands in front and step back into down dog. Let's open up the hip a little bit. Press the heels down, so right heel and left heel. Accessing your hamstring here, the calf muscle. Creating a good opening gently. And let's step with your right foot forward into the lunge position. And let's lower the bottom knee, your left knee to the mat. Relax your left toes. And then bring your both hands inside of your right foot. Okay, so start to lean forward. Lean your body forward. I feel already on your hamstring or top of your left hip flexor. So you can either stay here in a comfortable intensity or go a little bit deeper by opening your knee out. So this is optional. By flaring knee out, inner edge of your right foot will be off the mat on the outer edge of your foot. And just start to accessing the outside of your hip joint. Okay. I feel comfortable holding in this position, but if you want to go even deeper, another position is to come down lower to your elbows. So you can use the prop like a block to come down halfway, or maybe all the way to the mat. So you can decide how you feel with your hip. The hip opening pose is generally very intense. So use this posture as a kind of saying hello to your hips for today. You can always go deeper. You're gonna slowly come on back to the first position, which is just a simple low lunge position. So right foot come back more towards center. Gonna start your hands walking towards the back of your mat. Sink your hips down halfway. Push your right knee down. Lift your right toes up. Now round your back. So look at your stomach. Exhale. Breathe into the back side of your right leg. And on your next inhale, walk your hands forward again. And we're gonna move your right foot to the opposite side of your mat. So move with your heel toes to across the mat. And bend the right knee to the mat. So the angle you're creating is based on your hip socket. Okay, so especially gentlemen, your hip socket is tend to be narrower, so you might start with your right knee kind of in front of your body, and female hip is slightly more open for obvious reasons, so bring your knee more out. But make sure you don't have the knee pain. If it does, please let me know. Let's look good. So if you're ready, start to come down to your elbows. So adding a little torque into the pose. Maybe your elbows. If that's too much, stay upright position. Okay. So intention is to softening the outer edge of your right hip joint. But in order to get to the joint itself, you have to start relaxing the muscle around the joint. So this is a huge area. Your glutes, your hamstrings, the quads, they're all connected. So just sending the body to kind of melt into the pose. Sometimes your body has a natural reaction of squeezing and engaging for protection. So if that's happening to you, maybe the angle you created might be too intense. So one way to check is kind of back off the angle a little bit. See if you can stay with the calm breath. And if the breath is calm, your body start to slow down and calm as well. All right, slowly come on now. I think I want to try one more posture on this side. So lean over to the right side as if you are sitting onto the right hip and look behind you. So you're looking towards your left leg. You're gonna swing your left leg up and over. So your left heel is outside of your right knee. Okay. You guys good? Let me turn this way. Left hand behind your body. So your left thumb very close to your tailbone. Inhale, right arm up and over. I know it's a little right and left. So your right elbow is outside of your top knee, which is your left knee. Now from here, keep your both hips grounded. Inhale to stretch up your spine, so make it nice and tall. Keep lifted, and as you exhale, twist. So look over your left shoulder. Inhale one more time to make your toe spine, and exhale, look back and twist. Inhale to come back. Both legs in front. Caterpillar pose, just one quick moments to stretch your back. All right, inhale to come up. Let's go to the other side. Cross your legs in front of you. Come on back to down dog. Downward facing dog. As you're ready, now step forward with your left foot. Right knee down to the mat. Hands in front. Lean your body forward. Once you're ready, bring your left hand inside of your left foot. So move your left foot slightly more outside. And see if you can flare your left knee out a little bit more. Or stay with the lunge position. Maybe inner edge of your foot off the mat. All right. Once you feel comfortable here, your option is to go down a little lower. So maybe your elbows. I use my block to come down halfway to get to my elbows, not quite to the mat. So there's no need to feel the pain in each pose. Believe it or not, some people can injure themselves by doing yoga. So try not to look for any other sensation that then you feel right. So very fine line between too much and not enough. Couple more breaths here. And slowly come on up. Reversing order to come back to the first position, which is your left foot a little more towards center. And you walk your hands towards the back of your mat. Push your knee down and lift your toes up. Now round your back, chin tucked, look at your stomach, exhale. And on your inhale, look forward. The first lunge position, going to swan pose. Move your foot to the right side of your mat and drop your knee down. Your right leg should be behind you, so right behind. Sometimes it's coming outside. Just double check. And then create the angle perfect for you for your left leg or knee or hip. In other words, if you're not feeling much by flaring knee out, consider bringing your foot up a little bit higher. Okay, now push your right hip forward so your both hips are level. Either stay upright position or come down to the mat. If you can take a little longer breath for last 3. To melt around the hip, your left hip, the outer edge. And slowly, next inhale, raise your hand and come on back to your hands. And lean to the side so you're sitting onto the left hip. Look over your right leg and very gently swing your right leg all the way in front of you. So right heel is outside of your left knee. So when you initially put your foot there, your right hip might be still kind of lifting off the mat. So if you can roll your right hip down, so both hips are nicely grounded. Now bring your right hand behind your body, your thumb close to your tailbone. Left arm up and over, outside of the knee. So you want to use your elbow to push your knee out. So you're already opening up your chest. Inhale, long spine. Keep lifted and exhale, look back and twist. One more time, inhale to make a long spine. Look over your right shoulder, exhale and twist. And go ahead, come on back. You can release your legs in front. Let's open your legs apart for this straddle pose. So you can lean forward as is with your legs open. Or sometimes it's easier to elevate your hips. So use something, the block or pillow, to get your hip up a little bit higher. So this way you can create a little more angle to lean forward. So if you try to stretch your back and you feel like you're still kind of upright position, consider this option. Okay, so hands in front and walk your hands forward. I'd like to use this pose this afternoon for coming close with yourself. So any forward bending pose, it's a calming effect for your nervous system. A little bit easier to go more inward than backward bending. So once you're settled, please close your eyes. And let's go back to the first breathing exercise we have done. Inhale through your nose. And feel the back of your rib cage expand. And exhale through the nose. And continue on with this breath for several cycles. So last 3 breaths or so. Take an inhale to lift your head one more time. And walk your fingertips just teeny bit more away from you. Exhale, head down, hold here. Next inhale to come up. Go ahead, lay down on your back. Once you lay flat, go ahead and bend the knees and bring your knees in towards your chest. So a little hug to yourself, but making your spine long as well. So pressing your tailbone down towards the mat, chin down, knees into the chest. And lower your left leg down. Keep holding on to your right knee with your both hands and pull your knee into the chest. Think about around your lower back beneath you, nice and flat. Entire spine is nice and long. Chin down, shoulder blade back. Exhale, lower your right leg and switch sides. So your left knee towards your chest. Keep your right leg completely relaxed. Just use your bicep strength to pull your knee down. Go ahead, release your left leg down. And let's bend the both knees again. Feet onto the mat. And let's bring your right ankle on top of your left knee. So it's called eye of the needle position. Both arms out to the side. So going to the twist one more time. So both arms out to the side, about shoulder height. And gonna move from the waist down, the legs to the left side. Okay. And turn your chin to the right shoulder. Inhale to come back to center. Let's keep the same leg position and move your legs to the other side just for a moment. So legs to the right, kind of different sensation. Chin to the left shoulder. Inhale to come back. Release your legs, knee to the chest. And let's do the other side. So right foot onto the mat, left ankle on top of your right knee. So this is actually the hip opening pose. You can play with it with your left hand, maybe pushing your knee away, creating a space. Both arms out to the side. Okay, so this time bring your waist down, your legs to the right side. Turn your gaze to the left shoulder. Inhale to come back and go to the other side for a few moments. So legs to the left, turn your chin to the right shoulder. Inhale to come back. Bring your legs into the chest, lifting your head off the mat. And hug tightly. See if you can bring your forehead towards your knees. Maybe touching. And on your next exhale, slowly release. Bring your legs down, arms down. So make your body spacious. Your legs fall open apart. Maybe your arms or the limbs kind of away from each other, just to create this space. And noticing a little arch happening underneath of your spine. See if you can get a little closer to the mat by relaxing your stomach or the internal organs. And feel the chest, your heart, a little more space. Definitely more space than 1 hour ago. Maybe close your eyes and notice the effect of your practice. This is the corpse pose. You're still practicing being with yourself, which is sometimes very uncomfortable, but you guys are doing it. So we are approaching towards the last part of the practice today. I just want to show you one thing from my notice from yesterday's my kind of little meditation. So it goes like this. Compassion towards others is understood when you recognize and accept your own vulnerability. One more time. Compassion towards others is understood when you recognize and accept your own vulnerability. Hard subject for me, but I wanted to share with you. So thank you so much, you guys. Maybe see you at the gym. Talk to you, my friend, tomorrow. Have a great Sunday.